Alola everyone, it's the Munch and welcome back to Pokemon Sun and Moon. Last episode we took on Kahuna Hapu and yet another title defense, and today we've got another special episode showcasing a blast from the past, a team from a previous playthrough of mine, and today we've got the one from Pokemon Black and White. It was actually really tough to get through the Elite Four for some reason with this team, and I don't know if it's because my teams were really weird back then, or maybe the game had a lot of variety and I just wanted to try some new stuff out, but let's go through them real quick, and we're gonna start off with the starter Pokemon, Charlie the Samurott, which you can see actually got exhausted out of all of its PP from Hydro Pump and Ice Beam, so I definitely gotta Lepa Berry that up real quick. But Spankwire is next up, and that is the Leavanny. I also had some interesting names back then, as you guys might remember, those of you that were around during that time, and even further beyond, because I've got one more Blast from the Past team ready for the next episode. But let's continue with Vinny, Hoodlum, Scrafty here. High Jump Kick is looking pretty low in PP as well, so I might heal that up, or whatever you call it for Lepa Berries, but holding the Darkinium Z is going to be pretty cool to see that special Z move. But we've got Iron Giant up next, the Golurk, really awesome Pokemon. I actually really liked using Scrafty and Golurk during that playthrough. They were probably my favorite Pokemon. Or I guess those would be my favorite now, but Chinchino was actually one of my favorite Pokemon back then, and of course I had it on the team. Poncho, the female Chinchino. It's a little bit weird because Poncho is definitely a boy's name, but I think I still do that, so I guess it just doesn't matter either way. Tail Slap is pretty awesome. It did have Technician though instead of Skill Link, so it would be pretty awesome to have that hidden ability, but I wanted to keep it true to the one we had in the game. And true to the team, we've got Nova, the Heatmor, rounding out the team. Really weird Pokemon. Honestly, I can't say I've ever seen a Heatmor like in a serious battle, or barely even in the games actually you ever see a Heatmor, but it does have a signature move in Fire Lash here, so it's been pretty awesome to use that and see it in action, as well as having the Firium Z for extra power. But that is going to round out the team from the Unova region, the one I used in the original Pokemon Black and White playthrough, the one that really kickstarted my channel, or I would say really launched it further past like 100,000 subscribers, and then to where we are today, of course. So either way, we're going to be taking on another title defense, and if you guys are excited, make sure to hit that like button, and let's sit on the throne and see who comes up this time. It's Captain Sophocles, the younger brother, or cousin, was it, of Molane, who we challenged before, but we never got to challenge Sophocles in a battle. We did take on his trial. I think he was the 5th trial, the Island Challenge, but he is here to battle us now in the Pokemon League of Alola, which means this guy has proved himself capable of beating the Elite Four, and that was actually really hard for me with this team, so hopefully we can take on Sophocles. Let's see what he's got to say. I came to keep my word about us having a battle next time, as I said after my trial at the observatory. Definitely, man. I've been looking forward to our battle, and it is finally time. I can't believe it happened so late into the game, but this is one of our final title defenses. It is going to be against none other than young Sophocles. I can't wait for it. Of course, he does use mostly electric types, but they're going to have some secondary typings, as most of the Alolan Pokemon here do. And what the heck is up with his pose? What? That's pretty funny. I don't know. He looks like he's surfing, I guess, but he is going to send out Togedemaru up first, the, I guess, Pikachu clone of this generation. And I just realized I totally forgot to heal up the PP on those Pokemon that I needed PP on. And every time I say PP, I can't help but get a little smirk because it's just funny for some reason. Anyway, I'm going to go out to Nova, who hasn't been the best. I mean, Heatmor is just not a great Pokemon, I'm not going to lie. This team just has a lot of Pokemon that are, I guess, not really the strongest, but I've definitely found good ways to use them in these battles, as way back in the day, I'm sure I had to make use of them somehow during those playthroughs, because I definitely got through the whole game with this team, and I feel like Pokemon Black and White was a little bit tougher. Maybe that's just me, I'm not sure. Let me know what you guys think. Were the old Pokemon games, I guess it depends on how old we go back, but a better question would be, what is the hardest generation in your opinion? Let me know down below. I feel like that's definitely going to start like a little bit of fire in the comments, but I guess if I had to say one of the toughest games for me, honestly Black and White 2 and Black and White were pretty tough. Maybe that's because I was using these kind of Pokemon that aren't necessarily the best. I mean, if you were talking about tier lists, I guess it would be a different topic, but I don't think they're really that high up there either way. But I just think in general, I used a lot of Pokemon that have a single typing, and it's definitely, I feel like, better to use dual type Pokemon because you can take more advantage of stab. I guess you have more weaknesses sometimes, but you know, you just gotta live with that if you want the dual same type attack bonus, of course, which I really like to do that. I mean, it's definitely super beneficial in most cases. So either way, I sent out Golurk because he's a ground type, and we can definitely Earthquake a lot of things on this guy's team, but not the Vikavolt or Vikavolt because it definitely has Levitate. I don't know how to pronounce that one yet. I haven't really seen much of the anime. Honestly, I'm not sure if it's even come out in English, so I don't know where you would really get the real pronunciations for the Pokemon. Maybe there's a Pokedex app or something that tells you them, but I'm not really sure. Either way, I've seen some of the Japanese anime, which is definitely pretty cool. I like it so far. I do like the, well, there goes Nova, by the way, but I guess I kind of brought that upon myself. I don't really know who to switch out to here, though, because I don't think I have anybody with any flying moves, and what else would this thing be weak to? I'm not sure. I guess I'll just go out to Vinny because I feel like Scrafty is just an all-around solid Pokemon, one of the strongest on my team for sure, and it's got the Crunch, which is always strong. Actually, it does have the Darkinium Z, so let's go for it. The Black Hole Eclipse. I don't think I've actually ever used the Z move, so let's do it. And if you guys didn't notice, my character isn't really cosplaying the character from Unova this time around, because, I mean, it's really hard to get it to look like him because Sun and Moon just doesn't have a crazy amount of clothes options. But what really matters is the Z moves, the new feature here, the Black Hole Eclipse, and check it out. Literally summoned a black hole in the sky, and goodbye Vikavolt. Definitely going to go down from that one. And I wonder what Pokemon he's actually going to send out next, because I just realized that we've only taken down the first one, Electivire. Alright, well, I guess Iron Giant would make sense for that. He can pretty much Earthquake anything that is electric, that doesn't float, or is flying type, I guess. And I hope that Sophocles doesn't actually have any flying electric types. I don't even think there are any, like, recent flying electric type Pokemon. I feel like there probably is, and I'm just forgetting because every time I swear this always happens to me, but like when I'm trying to remember something super obvious, I can't do it. Like I feel like this happens really often in videos. I'm sure you guys might have noticed, but the Earthquake here definitely going to take down Electivire. Sophocles' second Pokemon down, and Iron Giant also going to get the level 66. Not bad. I guess they gain a lot of levels actually from the Elite Four challenge as well. So these Pokemon, like I said, they struggled through the challenge, but definitely gained some levels from it too. So now they're ready for Sophocles, and I don't think I even read what the next Pokemon was going to be. So I'm just going to go out to Leavanny because I don't know, I feel like it'll be a good choice here, and we get to show off all of the Pokemon on the team, of course. Leavanny is a pretty cool Pokemon too. I mean, it's not really the strongest, but it can definitely do some work with Swords Dance. Not really against a Magnezone though. This is a terrible choice, but Magnezone doesn't actually have Levitate, I don't think. I think it has Sturdy usually, so let's hope that this one has Sturdy. I mean, maybe some of them do have Levitate. I really don't think so though. I hope I'm not wrong with that because that would be a pretty dumb mistake if it did. I mean, it looks like it's levitating, I understand, but I don't think it usually does. So here we go, Earthquake away, and hopefully, I mean, it probably does have the Sturdy, yep. That's okay though, because I don't think the title defense champions, or whatever you call them, don't usually use healing items, which means that no full restore is going to come through for Sophocles here, so we can just quickly finish off this Magnezone with a Shadow Punch. Pretty awesome attack too. It's just really cool seeing all these Pokemon in Sun and Moon, because I just realized, like, we're going far back now to the DS, so they didn't actually have 3D graphics back then. It was still the pixel art, so it's really awesome seeing these Pokemon in 3D, even though some of them were, of course, in Sun and Moon, or sorry, in X and Y. I guess Sun and Moon as well, but basically the 3DS games with the 3D models, but some of them, like Heatmore and Leavanny, I don't think I ever got to see in X and Y or Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, so it's pretty cool to see them in 3D for the first time, especially because they're Pokemon I actually used in a playthrough before, and I definitely remember them from back then. A lot of memories with these teams, like, it's just, a lot of memories of that as well. Dying does happen a lot on my playthroughs, and Spankwire goes down from the spanking from Golem there, the Alolan Golem. Oh gosh. I'm gonna go out to Vinny, I guess, our Jersey resident here. I guess that was a joke back then. Jersey Shore might have been more popular, or maybe I had a friend named Vinny from Jersey. I think that might have been it. Anyway, High Jump Kick is gonna be super effective, but it doesn't really do that much. I like the Thunder Punch though. I like how he slammed against the ground to do a punch. Like, how does that even make sense? I almost want to miss this High Jump Kick so that we can see the Thunder Punch animation again, but it's going to take it down this time. I just realized that a Reflect went down a turn earlier, so I guess Sophocles got a Reflect up earlier. I didn't even notice who did it though, so that's kind of a mystery for now. But in order to show off our other Pokemon before we end off the battle against Sophocles. Let's go out to Chinchino, my favorite Pokemon from Gen 5. I'm pretty sure back in the day, at least it was, because I literally used Minchino, at least, as a mascot on my channel. Like, it was literally my icon back in the day. And it wore sunglasses on top of it, but unfortunately, it does not have any moves that are really that great against this Togedemaru, and neither does Charlie. But for the sake of showing off the starter Pokemon too, the Samurott, let's do it. And here comes the electric terrain, actually, so at least Charlie's not going to get hit from this. Do I actually even have anybody that can take on this Togedemaru? I'm pretty sure Vinny can do it, because he does have high jump kick. One more still left in there. Might be able to one-shot the Togedemaru. I don't know, but we definitely got to go for it. Just try it out. And we do also have the Earthquake, actually. So yeah, the Earthquake would definitely finish it off. What the heck? What was a Zip Zap? What was that? Okay, it's actually faster than us too. The Zing Zap, my bad. Alright, well, Vinny's gonna go down. This might actually be a bit of a tough situation for us. Thankfully, we do still have Iron Giant, who is immune to the Zing Zap. I'm sure that, I mean, I just didn't expect this thing to be that quick, actually. Will we be faster? Should we just go for Earthquake? Should I risk it? Or should we try to heal up here? Because it might have, yeah, it does have Spell Stinger. I don't know if that'll kill us, though. That's not very effective. I'm sorry, little Togedemaru. You are going to be destroyed by the Earthquake, and that is going to wrap up our battle with Sophocles. I really enjoyed actually battling with this team because, like I said, it's just really cool to see them in 3D, some of these Pokemon for the first time. I mean, even if they were in past games, I didn't really get to use them. But against Sophocles here, it made it especially special. I don't think that's how you say that, but I couldn't get it done. Don't worry about it, my precious Pokemon. It's alright, Sophocles, you'll get it done next time. As if there'll be a next time. Haha, you're great, Orange. You understand Pokemon so well and know so much about Pokemon battles. I see that thinking up this and that to try to defeat the champion is the highest form of fun. Indeed it is, and it's awesome that this time around it's all of the characters that have to come up with the strategy to beat me, the champion, instead of, I guess, you beating the same champion over and over. I think it's just really cool. It adds a lot more diversity, but let's say one final hurrah to this team. Another blast from the past from Unova this time around. We've got the All-Stars from Pokemon Black and White, and I would have brought a little bit of the Black and White 2 team, but I feel like that one was a little bit more diverse, and this one showed off more of the actual Unovan Pokemon, the Gen 5, all the new stuff they added in it. So I wanted to try this one out, but let me know what teams you would like to see in the future. It's kind of weird because it's teams from the past in the future, or is it in the present? Because I guess I'm making this video right now. I'm kind of confusing myself, so let's just end off the video here, and I'll see you guys next time on Pokemon Sun and Moon.